always do that.
Hey, I do feel like I'm lower.
I feel like I'm really off to the side.
I feel like my chair's lower. Hey, I'm just amazed that we got this far because it's been a while.
The fastest.
Guys, we've been gone for like 3 weeks. What is wrong with us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, barely.
Really?
I know. I feel like mine's coming in and out.
Maybe now.
Yeah, that's better. I'm gonna have to hold my mic. I feel like I'm shrunk, and I feel like my mic's like over here. That's all right though. So good morning.
Good morning.
Can we get these kids back to school yet?
Yes. Get out of my house. Later.
This is the last day. Well, I mean, this weekend.
We have the weekend.
But I mean, like the last weekday that the kids are home and everything. And I think Monday morning I might throw a little celebration. Parker will not be happy about it because I asked him. I said, "Are you ready to go to school?" And he was like, "No."
Really, Alex is so pumped.
No, Parker just wants to stay home and play all day long. And I'm like, "No, bye."
Yeah,
like get him out of here
later.
Yeah. So, anyways, meet the teacher went well.
Yeah.
So we got to meet his new teacher and very, very sweet. It was so cute because she had like a list whenever we got there last night. We had to sign in. And then she had a list of things for Parker to do, like, unload your school supplies. And so we had to, did you guys do that too? Like 3 steps or whatever? That must be a first grade thing.
It must be. She had I was like, where you want him to put his stuff? And she's like, yeah, that's totally fine. So he did all of his.
Oh, she had buckets?
Yeah.
Or little containers?
They had buckets on the top of the cubbies.
Oh, okay. So they had she had hers though, you put your Kleenexes over here and you put your markers here and you put your crayons here. Anyway, okay, gotcha.
Do we need to, no, those are the comments, right?
Yes. Phil, if you're watching, Phil, leave a message.
Phil,
leave a comment.
If you can.
He's probably in the shower though right now.
Probably. Well, then who's watching the kids?
That was really intimate. I know, we just strap Lane in. He's fine.
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. Lane's been sleeping all night. Now, I say he's sleeping all night, but he woke up last night, and Phil's on night duty, so Phil took over, and he had to get up and...
Phil's on night duty. Yeah. You want to know who's on night duty?
Yeah, when you're a single mom, it's 24/7, isn't it? That's got to be so rough.
It is.
Speaking of, do you want to say what happened this week? What you did this week? Was that a nice little segue? Speaking of,
I want to hide under the table.
Tell the audience what happened.
Well,
I said what happened it was something happened, and it's not like something happened.
Give you guys the juicy deets.
No. I wouldn't give them the juicy
stuff. No, we're not gonna.
Don't act like it's
No,
there's anything to tell.
No, it's all fine. It's all good. Well, everyone has been.
I do feel like you're way off over there. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I do. I feel like I'm really far away from you.
So we're talking about dating as a single mom.
Yes, we've been talking about this for the last 9 months and going through this, and I can officially checkmark my first date as a single mom.
And it was weird.
It was weird, not in a bad way. It was just very...
what the heck?
It was, what
do I do? Where do I put my hands kind of thing?
Yes, I literally... Okay, real fast. So I was talking to my parents the day before, and I was like, maybe it was that day, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Do I ask him if he likes Blippi too? Does he want to, do you watch Blippi? Because I watch Blippi. So
what sight words are you working on now?
So you the and see my mom. And so, I asked my dad, I was like, we had that one time where we talked about, who pays on a date?
Yeah.
Right? And I told you that it really freaked me out. And I talked to...
See, and that's just, you were overthinking
I know, but it's I feel bad, but then at the same time,
no.
You told me, you were like, well, it's a red flag if he doesn't pay.
Am I right?
But then how long do you let him pay for the dates?
Is there
a rule?
You gotta see how it goes.
See, then I feel bad. I feel guilty.
That's a topic for another day.
Yes.
Because it just, you kind of have to see where it goes.
Yeah, and Becky and Abby, they were like, well, yeah, obviously, if he's a gentleman, and Jason said the same thing.
But are you talking the 10th date?
No, the first couple dates.
Oh.
But I feel awkward. I'm such an awkward person. So my dad was like, when you go up, you like act like you're like you reach for your bag because you're a strong, independent woman. And then he's like, if he's a gentleman, he's gonna say, oh no, I got it. Well, we get up there, and I was just like,
And that's when you froze.
I was like,
so you didn't even say anything.
I didn't say anything.
You just stood there.
I was like, oh.
But he said, he was a gentleman.
Yeah,
And he said,
yeah.
I have 2.
Yeah.
See?
But still, I was just like, I'm such an awkward person. Like, I'm going to die right now. Someone go.
I'm sure he understands,
dig out
too.
my hole right now.
I know, but I'm
Let me
sure
just
he
hop in.
understands, too, that you were under stress. Under a lot of stress.
You should have seen me. So I called Abby right before he got there, and I was like, I can't do this. She's like, you can do this. I was like, I can't do it.
But
She's
see,
like, you can. I was like, Abby, my knees are shaking.
I know, but how do you feel now that you've got one past you? Like, you're like, okay, I can do this. And, okay, back to really fast. I think as you go along, the dates get cheaper. So, you know, like date 1, you like really want to impress her. So like you take her somewhere nice or whatever. Date 2, you might go out again. Date 3, you might go out again. But then after that, you're really getting into like relationship territory. And then it's not, but then that's when you hang out at your house or you hang out at his house and then you cook dinner together.
Like third date?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Because like I'm saying, you're not gonna continually go out every single time you see each other.
I just feel I get nervous
as far as like the paying,
awkward. I get nervous and awkward because
well,
I feel bad.
But that'll go away though.
Will it?
Here's my thing.
Have you met me?
Here's my thing. I just thought of because any interaction that I've had. Yeah, please don't fall over. Any interaction that I've ever had since being married, since being in a relationship with a man has always just been like friendly. So it's always like, oh, haha. Even if over the years, say someone was trying to flirt with me, maybe I didn't see it because I'm like, oh, okay, okay, whatever, bye-bye. I feel like that would I feel like that would be the hard part about dating after being married would be like you have all your interactions with other men have always been friendly and not like romantic.
I've hardly even
so
had
now they have to go
interactions with other men for the last 10 years because we were gone. So any interactions I had was either at church or like if we ran to his work or something. And I just it wasn't even like a thought.
Right.
And I feel like that's probably what's weirding me out the most is like, you know, when you're married like for so long, like you're trained. That sounds bad, but like you are accustomed.
Well, your brain. Yeah.
Exactly. And like, and especially in like a spiritual like type way, you know, that's your person. That's who you're supposed to be committed to and faithful to.
So you don't even.
Now you're not.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be. And you're happy that you're not. Let's just start there. But
you're not happy that you're not.
Well,
you're not happy that you're not married anymore.
No, not in that sense. But I'm happy that I'm out of that.
Gotcha.
And that took a long time.
Very long.
It took a long time for me to feel that way.
Yes.
And now I'm just like, yeah.
But now you're like, do I have to move on?
Yeah, like you have that sense. Like I got home and I was like, oh my gosh, this is my life.
Yeah.
Like this is my life.
But it's all uphill from here. Did I say that right? I don't know. I never know if it's uphill or downhill from here.
I wouldn't say downhill.
It's all uphill. I know, but uphill's the hard part. Downhill's the easy part. Anyways, regardless, you got your first one past you, and so now you're like a pro, right?
Oh, I don't know about that.
So that's whenever you get into how I did with my dates, like bam, bam, bam. You know what I mean? And it was like get it out in the open. Like, what are you looking for? You know what I mean? Are you ready to get married? Are you ready to have kids? Are you a Christian? Where do you want to live? Bing. You know what I mean?
Well, we already kind of talked about that. And like the biggest thing for me is like you know this, like I know exactly what I want. And we've talked extensively about like I don't want to date 20 guys. Like that's not me.
Well, nobody wants to.
That sounds terrible. Like
but nobody wants to.
But you know, before this, I was my dad never left, and my dad's like, man, he's like, if your mom died in a fiery car accident, he always says stuff like that. It's like a joke. It's a joke though. He just, you know, my dad, he needs to stop with the jokes. But
he needs a lesson in dad jokes.
Right? He doesn't know dad jokes, but it's like he's like, it'd be weird to have to start over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's weird to start over. It's exciting in like a new way because you have the possibility to have someone treat you the way that you're supposed to be treated. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's just really, it's like strange. It's like strangely exciting. But like I said, I know what I want. Like he's got to love Jesus first and foremost. And we've talked about that a ton. And that's a non-negotiable for me.
Yeah.
Like I will like.
And he has to prove it. He can't just
Yes,
say.
it can't just be words, because that's what I lived with.
Yeah.
It was always words, no actions.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's got to be both.
Yeah.
Continuously.
So now, have you told the boys about him or no?
No, so
But they know you're like
So I
dating.
sat down with Alex and I said, hey, how do you feel about mommy going on a date? Because he's old enough now to somewhat understand.
Yeah.
And if he were to say, I don't like that at all, I would highly consider waiting.
But what'd he say?
He said, sure, Mom. And then he goes,
can we play Pokemon now?
no, he goes, don't kiss him though. That's gross.
Funny.
And I was like, okay.
That's when you're like, don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers
Don't ask
to.
questions you don't want answers to.
But I mean, you know what? They'll just have to eventually get over it. Not get over it, but get used to it.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is when you're a single mom, whoever you date has the potential to be part of your kids' lives.
Yeah.
So it's even more important to
Yeah.
know, and this is for all single moms out there. I know they all feel the same way, most of them.
Yeah.
But that's even more important. And so when you date, you're dating. And here's the thing, for me, I've always, like growing up, I was always taught dating is for a purpose. Dating is for marriage. Like you're dating to find your person. That's how
100%.
God intended it to be.
Yeah.
And so, which is even scarier now for me, because I'm like, this isn't just like a casual date. Like you're dating again to find your person.
Yeah. Which is why you got to
As
take
an
it slow.
adult, as an adult now too, yes.
Yeah.
As an adult now, because I was in high school, you know.
True.
So like I didn't really date.
Yeah.
Like I had boyfriends and stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, we weren't going on dates. In fact, I think a date we went on, I think I paid for the tacos.
Oh, geez.
I know.
Red flag.
Red flag.
If they can't even afford the tacos. But, I mean,
It ended up being the person.
Megan. Oh, my God. Well, another lesson learned.
A lesson.
Another life lesson learned.
All fine. But yeah, but it went good.
Okay, good.
Gonna see him again.
Good. All right. Well, awesome. And you also went to Florida.
We went to Florida. Oh my goodness.
And so vacation with kids to begin with
It's not a vacation.
is
It's
not
just,
a vacation.
You're at a different location with your children.
Yeah. So now, since you went with your parents, were they helpful with the
They were very helpful,
kids?
and the boys had fun. And my mom's friends came with us, which was just a blast. I love Jenny and Mike, and it was fun, but there was really cloudy.
Oh, no.
And the last day it rained all day, and then we were like, you know what, we're just gonna drive overnight. And then the sun came out,
Of course.
and I was like, peace out, Florida. See you next year.
Oh, no.
But it was nice, and also the water wasn't as like crystal clear as like last year. We went twice
Oh, yeah.
to Destin area, and the water was like, I walked all the way out like up to like my stomach, and I could see my feet.
Wow.
This year it wasn't like that, and I think they just like, I was looking at the weather 2 weeks in advance, and they were just getting hit with storm after storm after storm. So I think the water was just not as blue, and then it wasn't as
Yeah, sunshine.
so it wasn't as like hitting the water as good.
Yeah.
And the water was a little more rough too.
Do you think it's because you went in August?
No, because last year we went the very end of July and beginning of September. And it was
Beautiful.
just absolutely gorgeous both times.
See,
So I think
traveling
it's-
with kids just is no fun for me. That's why I'm like, I'm going to wait till you get older.
You know what? On the way there, it was a little rough because we stayed at a hotel that first night. And Alex was like, every 10 minutes, are we there yet? How much longer? And then Aiden's in the back with a chorus of, is it 2 minutes away?
Oh, my gosh.
But I could tell that like we were all getting annoyed with Alex because, you know,
I know.
it was like, dude, we've been in the car for an hour. And then, do you know what my dad did?
Oh, no.
So we brought Sing 1, Sing 2, all three of the Hotel Transylvanias.
Oh, good.
And we had them in like my center console. And we start driving, and thankfully Becky had given me a huge thing of CDs, but a lot of them were older. And so I was like, I think a couple of them might work. Well, right away, my mom and I are like, you guys want to watch Sing? Because they're really into Sing right now.
Oh, yeah.
And we open it up, and it's like my dad's stuff. And I'm like, where are the movies? And he's like, what movies? And I'm like, the movies that were in my center console before you put your stuff. He took the freaking movies out.
Stop.
So we only had Hotel Transylvania 2 because it was in the DVD player. And my mom and I were so pissed off at him.
Oh,
we were like,
no.
are you kidding me? Like, she bought Sing 1 and Sing 2 for the trip, and he took them out. And so, of course, the boys were highly annoyed.
Yeah.
I keep getting insurance calls for healthcare.
Oh.
It's really starting to annoy me. Anyway, so...
Kind of like the car insurance, like yours.
Yeah. So, but I mean, the trip was fine. And then on the way home, we drove overnight, and they did fantastic.
Well, they probably slept, didn't they?
They slept a lot of the way.
Oh, okay.
So
that's the way to do it. I'm to the point with my trips to Oklahoma City. My sister lives there, and I don't want to take Parker anymore because it's too much. She's like, yeah, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there? How much longer? How much longer? Are we there yet? All that stuff. So, yeah, no, thank you. Parker's doing fantastic. Parker had his tonsils out.
Oh, yeah.
And then had a little scare, but we're all good now. He started bleeding from his tonsils, and we don't know what happened or how it happened or whatever, but he's fantastic now. And I keep checking his throat, and I think he's going to be healed up and ready to go in time for school and all that stuff.
That was the scariest night.
It was. He woke us up at 2 a.m. and was like saying his throat hurt. This was like less than 48 hours, almost 48 hours after his initial surgery. And he's like, my throat. And I'm like, take a drink. And he's like, I can't. I'm like, why? Blood. And there was just blood everywhere. It was terrible. It was scary. He had emergency surgery at 4 a.m. But we're good. That's why we met. And we missed 3 days. We missed 3 weeks because I was away and then you were away and then Parker's emergency thing in the middle of the night. And
we were so excited too for that Friday morning. We were like, yes, we're back.
I know.
And she calls me at 2 and she's like, can you take Lane? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you died. What's happening? And so Lane and I
you answered the door and I just went, sleeping baby.
She literally, I opened the door. I had my t-shirt on. She's like, and then she's gone. And I was like.
I handed her the diaper bag and the formula. And I was like, see ya.
Yeah. I looked at Lane and he looked at me and I was like, okay, Bubba. We're just going to go snuggle.
But it's a good thing he's a sweet little baby.
Oh, he was
he is so sweet.
She gave him to me and they closed the door and he looks at me and he smiles and I'm like, that's right. I'm like, Auntie Megan's got you.
I know. Isn't he the sweetest thing ever?
Yes, and he snuggled with me.
I know, he's a snuggler.
It was funny though because I got this bottle and I'm like, okay, I haven't made a formula bottle in a couple years.
I don't know how you did that.
That's his skill.
I was like, there's no way.
3 kids later and you remember stuff.
I know, but like Nikki said, how quickly you forget. Like you're out of that phase and then you have to go back and you like forget.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I was holding him because he had woken up and I pulled the formula out and I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's 2 ounces for a scoop,
which it says on the back of the formula thing. It's 2 ounces.
But I'm like, am I right though? So
but then how did you guess how many to do?
I was like, okay, my kids were huge eaters, especially when they ended up getting on formula, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure at 5 months, almost 6 months, they were probably having 4 to 6 ounces at a feeding.
I would have like Googled it because you text me, but I was in the emergency room and I didn't text
I looked
back.
at Lane and I'm like, okay, Bubba, we're gonna have 4 ounces right now.
Lane, how many ounces would you like?
If you're still hungry, I'll make you some more. It's fine. So he chugged 4 ounces and I was like, I'm guessing you probably need 6. And I'm like, but you're back to sleep, so we're just gonna go lay down. And then I was like, I don't have a crib anymore. And Katie has my pack and play.
And I didn't even think about that whenever I dropped him off. I wasn't thinking where's he going to sleep? I'm like, she going to have to figure it out.
Yeah. So I have a Cal King. So I like put all my pillows like all the way around. And I like scooted all the way to the edge. And
You're
I was
the best
like,
friend for doing that.
Like, okay, baby boy, we're just going to. And I like kind of turned him sideways too. So like worst case scenario, he rolled into the wall or
he's
something.
A roller. Yeah, he's a roly-poly.
And so I'm like, okay. And then I like reached over and I'm like, I'm going to keep my hand on you just to be safe. And at 1 second he like kind of stirred and then I like felt him or like I woke up and I'm like, is he breathing?
I still do that. I still go check and make sure he's breathing.
And I felt him and I'm like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
And then he was like, and then Andrew wakes up and I'm like,
I mean, you knew this was going to happen. Well, that's why I felt so bad calling you because you've already got 3 kids of your own.
But what was funny though is when we laid down, I'm like praying for Parker and then all of a sudden I'm like, please, Lord, please let Lane be okay.
Don't let Lane.
Please don't let something happen to her baby on my watch. I'm like, please.
I figured he was pretty safe with you, though, since you've had some practice with all your 3.
I'm worn in like an old glove.
But the boys were so good, weren't they? And they came in there
so
and you
Andrew
were like,
comes in and he was kind of crying. And I look at him and I go, baby. And he looks at me.
He's like,
stops crying and he walks over and he loves Lane. He looks at him and he like looks at me and I'm like, I've got baby Lane. And he's like,
Wait a minute.
So he crawls up in my bed, and that kid did not make a peep.
Which is so
But
precious.
then Aiden wakes up, and he's crying, and I'm like, I've got Lane. I have the baby.
He couldn't care less.
No. And so I pick him up, and I'm like, okay, we got to go back to your room. Because Lane and Andrew were still sleeping. So I pick up Aiden, and he's fine, and I bring him back to his room. And I'm like, I love you. Like, I've got baby Lane. I have Andrew. You have to go back to sleep. And he's like, why do we have Lane? And I'm like, Parker's at the hospital. Like, he's okay, but, like, you got to go back to sleep for me. And then I, like, fall back asleep. And 30 minutes later, Aiden comes back in, kind of crying, but he was, like, silently crying. But I was still like, shh. I was, like, making the shushing noises to make sure Lane stayed asleep. And I'm like, you can't sleep next to us. It's not safe. Andrew and I are on the edge of the bed right now. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So Aiden slept at the foot of my bed, like sideways, and I gave him my, like, you know, like my Barefoot Dreams blanket because he loves that one.
Yeah.
And he just passed back out. But I can't sleep with heavy things on my feet. Like, if I have too many blankets on my feet, I just can't get comfortable. So I was like, it was.
I don't know how you did that.
You know what? I don't know. And then it was like 6-ish. And I heard Lane stirring, and I'm like, okay, baby, we're going to go to the living room. I'm tired. We're going to go have
And at that
some
point,
milk.
we were still at the hospital because we didn't leave the hospital until
then my
after
mom
7.
calls me, and she was already on her way because she didn't see my text.
Oh, no.
And I was like, that's fine because I need you to come snuggle him for a few minutes because my eyes are heavy.
Yeah, like,
and then
you didn't get
she
a
gets
sleep,
there.
a wink.
She gets there, and Layden and I are just giggling on the couch, and he's laughing with me, and we're playing peekaboo. And my mom comes in, and then you call me.
Yes.
And you're like, yeah, we're almost there. And I'm like, sorry, Mom, they're almost here.
Oh, no.
But whenever you told me
I had
that,
to
I
call,
was like,
yeah, because I hadn't
almost
talked
here?
and I hadn't talked to my parent, my mom or Phil's parents, and so I had to call them, you know, whenever we were checking out of the hospital and stuff, and because I'm not going to wake everybody up and tell them what's going on, because his surgery was at 4 a.m. But yeah, talk about no sleep. I luckily have a very flexible job and was able to sleep that day. So anyways, yeah, very scary.
But Lane and I were good.
Yes.
And then when he sees me now, he just smiles. I'm like, I know.
He's like, I remember you. Yeah. So you'd be so proud of me because I went jogging this week. Can you believe it?
Did you hear the silence?
So the shift in the weather, you know, has me all fall.
Bring all the fall.
I know. Look at your fall sweater. I am actually wearing I'm wearing like a blue shirt because I think it's like technically still summer, even though I don't really like it. And I already decorated for fall.
You did decorate?
Parker and I did.
Okay, now I don't feel so bad.
Well, we started to decorate like a week or two ago. Parker was gung-ho, and he got all the decorations out. Well, I have to be in the mood. It's a ceremony for me.
Absolutely.
And he was forcing it. Parker
Yeah.
started unloading.
That's what my mom did yesterday.
I said, hold on, stop. And he's like, what? And I go, put everything back. Put it all back in there. I said, I love you, and I'm sorry, but I can't do this right now. What? I'm like, nope, I have to feel it up
90
here.
90 freaking degrees outside.
Up here.
No,
So we
you're
put it away.
right.
So we did this last weekend, I think. I can't remember.
You got in the mood?
We got in the mood.
Did you light a fall candle?
Oh, yes. I need
need new fall
for
candles.
a while. Well, I have like those little bitty
I know.
ones.
I
So
remember I
have
came over and I was like, smells
know.
like fall in here.
I know, because I have a candle warmer, so like I've been burning all my old ones, you know what I mean? So the jog. So, you know, it's been so beautiful outside. So I actually went outside for a walk, and I was on a light little walk, and was talking to my mom on the phone, and we walked together, you know. And all of a sudden I started jogging. So I was going to have do a multiple choice question. Why did I start jogging? A, it started raining. B, I thought someone was chasing me. Or C, I had to use the bathroom. And I jogged a long ways. My legs were jello. So what do you think? A, B, or C? What's your guess?
It's definitely A or C.
Okay. Which
I
one?
don't think you thought someone was chasing you. I feel like I would have gotten a call. Someone's chasing me.
But I was on the phone talking to my mom. So what do you think? What's your guess?
Now I'm psyched out. Let's see. I know your bladder situation, so I feel like you would have to run home very quickly to go to the bathroom. But I also feel like if it was raining, you'd be running.
Yeah, I'd be running for all those reasons. So what do you think? C? C to the bathroom? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm thinking that it was raining.
Okay. It's actually B.
What?
I thought somebody was chasing me. So I went for a walk on the undeveloped part of our neighborhood.
Like phase 3?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's no houses.
Yeah.
And right now there's no construction or anything back there, just the road. So I thought, oh, this will be cool.
Yeah, we go and walk
So
back there.
I was all the way to the back, like where it ends pretty much,
Like
right?
that big rock pile?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
Yeah. Because like not straight in front of you, but like you turn.
Yes.
And then it turns again.
Yeah, yeah. We always walk
So
down
all the
there.
way over there, right? Here comes a guy who looked scary, and he passed by me and he looked at me, like made eye contact with me, and I was trying to be friendly, and I'm like, but he like did this number and stared at me, and then drove past me.
So he's in a car.
Yeah, he was in a Jeep. And so he drove past me, and I'm like, he can't go, it's a dead end. So then I'm thinking, it's a dead end. It's just me and him. And he has a vehicle. I'm getting out of here. So I took off running. And then I ran.
What did he do?
So he was being fishy. He was acting really fishy.
Did he like park? Like stop?
He stopped for a minute, and then he like tried to back up and turn around and stuff, and then he took another. So he came to the T and was gonna go where I was going towards your house, but then he went this way to like the cul-de-sac, and then he like revved his engine, and then was going down fast, and I was running the whole time. I was like, but it was scary. But then he finally did go past me, and it was a very fishy situation. So
Was it like an open Jeep?
Yeah.
Was the guy?
Oh, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But it scared me. I didn't know. I'm a freak. I'm paranoid.
Pretty sure they live in the neighborhood.
I'm a freak. I'm a freak, and I get really paranoid, and I took off running. But I think this was the Lord's way of saying, Cassie, it's been a while since you've worked out, so I'm going to give you something that's going to scare you to make you run, because you really need some exercise in your life. And my legs were like Jell-O. And then to reward myself, I went and got a fresh cold lemonade from Sonic, because I jogged. I was so proud of myself. I can't even, but you should have heard how heavy I was breathing. I was on the phone with my mom, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like one of those.
I'm pretty sure they live in the
Wow, I feel really bad. Although,
but it is a
why
little
are
creepy.
you acting fishy?
Yeah, if it is who I
Don't
think
act
it is,
fishy.
I'm getting hot.
Don't act fishy. I'm cold. I might need that. But we got to wrap up. I got to go. But anyways, that was the Lord's way of saying, Cassie, you need to get some
I need
exercise.
to go for a jog.
You
I
know?
haven't worked out in 2 days.
Well,
it's not like me, but
I'll
I'm
set
just
somebody
so
up.
crazy.
I'll set somebody up to act like they're scaring you, so that it'll make you run.
You know I would. You know I'm jittery.
I know, but listen, I got pushed past my limits because I couldn't stop, because I was like all the way around there, and I'm like, I got to get out of
Were
here.
you running like Phoebe?
No, I actually had a really good stride. I feel like I had a good stride going.
I really
Feels
wish I
like-
would have seen this.
Feels like, did you cut through like the backyard? Because I could have cut through
That's
like the
tick
backyards
central.
or whatever. Oh yeah, no. And who knows what else is back there? Snakes and stuff. No, thank you.
I will say, side note, I'm gonna go get this fixed.
Oh, really? What are you gonna do to it? Are you just gonna finish it off?
So
So it's like a.
I'm just gonna have them do a line over the date and then put God above it, like God is infinite love.
Oh, good.
'Cause that's the only thing I could think of.
Oh, that's cute.
And then I'm gonna get a little cross right here.
Cute.
Right?
I love it.
Classy.
Do you have any others like that are? Oh, that's it.
Yes.
This is the one and only
This
tattoo.
is the one and only tattoo I have.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you were all tatted up. I don't know.
Probably because my favorite tank top says inked mama. And I'm like, I'm not actually inked. I have one.
I mean, hey, that counts.
It was cute. So I made it.
Yeah, it is cute.
I made
Speaking of, I haven't been on Facebook. This is the last thing, and then we got to go. I haven't been on Facebook, and actually I did log in, and Will Worsham, he shared. Did you see what he shared? Yesterday, or I don't know when it was, but I had to, bless you.
Louise, thank
I had to log in for work-wise, and oh my gosh, it's about MoDOT. It's the MoDOT thing, and it says the MoDOT be like, to the left, take a detour,
saw
y'all.
that.
Road closed this time. Right lane too closed. Left lane too closed. Freeze. Everybody traffic jam.
Yes, I was cracking up when I saw that.
Anyways, he shared that. So hilarious. But so because I'm not on Facebook all the time though, I don't see your
Oh my gosh, we have so
t-shirts.
many cute fall designs
you
out
need
right
to tell
now.
me, like you need to send me a text or
They
something and be
are
like, hey, I just uploaded
so
those.
freaking cute. And I'm ordering leather fall leather for earrings.
I know. Sometimes we need to shrink them down for me because I feel like I can't pull off the bigger ones. I don't know.
Love the big ones, but I will. I don't make them so huge for customers.
Yeah.
But then me, it's like,
hanging down.
Listen, they're gorgeous. I love them. And then I have designs coming out for cups, for glass cups, like Hey Boo.
Have you been? Hey Boo.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I gotta see, but no, this is actually a good thing that I don't see your stuff because
probably. I keep having people message me being like, "You have to stop posting more. It's killing me." And I'm like,
I know because I'm on the Dave Ramsey diet, and I need to work out our budget. You know, I've been really paying attention lately to where my money's going, and I'm like, ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, I need to reel it in. I know. I'm just ready to start getting paid from the school because I start teaching Monday.
So exciting. But the classes don't start till Wednesday, though, right?
Wednesday, but we have 2 teacher days. Okay. And they're paid.
Good. So I bet you're so excited.
I am, and everyone's so nice. And I decorated my classroom, and it's so cute. Exciting. I'm almost done, though, but then my Etsy got locked out, so I couldn't freaking download my pictures that I need to print out.
But again, you have 2-year-olds, right? So you can't really, don't expect a whole lot out of them.
No, but they also gave us a list of everything they have to know by the end of the year.
Oh, wow.
And
so they say, basically, I don't know anything about being a teacher, but so is that how it goes? Like they say, this is what they need to know, and then you do what you do.
Yeah, and you just make sure that they know that by the end of the year. And some of the stuff, we're definitely learning, but I was looking at the kids in my class, and a lot of them are already almost 3.
Okay. Oh, okay. So that's really good.
One kid was 2 years and 9 months. And I'm like, oh, that kid's going to be 3 here soon.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew's going to be 3 in February.
That's wild. That's wild.
Oh, my gosh.
That's crazy.
I know when the kid's starting. 1st grade.
I know, 1st grade, and Lane's going to be 6 months.
And this is Aiden's
Parker's about to turn 7.
Stop. I know. And Aiden has 1 year left, and he goes to public school.
That's crazy. He's going to be in kindergarten next year?
Yes.
1 year from this. Wow. That's crazy.
Poor Aiden. But I'm super excited. It's going to be great. I'm so ready. I got to show the boys my classroom, and they were super excited.
Oh, so I'll be able to see it because Lane's going there, so I'll be able to see it. Yeah. That's awesome.
So, but I'm really excited, and we have our open house Tuesday for it.
Oh, good. Yes, that's right.
We're Tuesday night. So I think my parents are going to take the boys because I have to be there, obviously.
Yeah.
To meet the parents. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But
how many kids do you have in your class?
11.
Is it just you?
So I have a helper. No, I should have a helper each day.
Oh, okay.
But it's 11 students, and I have to lesson plan, and I have to do all of it.
For 2-year-olds?
2-ish, 3.
Yeah. Wow.
I know, but I'm so excited.
That is exciting.
And apparently people are saying that, the first couple weeks are rough because they're 2.
Yeah.
They're going to cry.
Of course.
And I'm like, oh, crap.
Well, I mean, you're just going to have to distraction. That's the art of distraction.
We're going to play.
But I had a kid in nursery whenever I was working nursery last Sunday, and bless his heart, I think it was his first Sunday in there, and his mom had never, and I think he was over a year old because he was walking.
That's the worst.
But he was so upset, and so I just was finding any toy that made noise. I was like, click, 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 click. And
sounds like
and you
life.
Know what? But it calmed him down. It got his attention. He was like,
well, yeah. He's like, oh, what's that?
And then he was distracted. So that's what you got to do.
I'm gonna have to.
Snacks and distractions.
Snacks and distractions.
That's how. But no,
it's gonna be good. Oh, let's mention though tonight at Fellowship is the summer classic, 6 to 8.
Yes. Bounce houses, snacks. It's gonna be freaking fun. Douche. I'm kidding. It's not gonna be that. No, it's not a rave. But we have that, and then Sunday we switched to 3 services. So exciting. 8, 9:30, 11. And you still don't know which one you're going to. Are you going to 9:30? Yes, girl. Or I'm going to 9:30. Because I'm not going at 8 a.m. That's not happening. And 11. 11. Way too late. But 11 is technically only 30 minutes after 10:30, which is normally when I go. I know, but isn't that so late? I feel like your whole Sunday's just gone at that point. Yeah, I'll probably go at 9:30, and then you get out. What time would you get out? 10:30, 10:30-ish. 10:45 or whatever. I mean, then it's 10:45, and then you get to go home and have an early lunch or a nap like we do in my house, and then take a little nap, and then you got the whole Sunday. I know. It would be nice, and I'm pretty sure my whole family's we're going at 9:30. I was going to say something else, too, but we're running out of time. We'll just have to talk about food next week. Ooh. Recipes. Fall recipes. Fall recipes. Crock pot meals. I need to get a crock pot. Yeah. Hey, also my birthday's next month. That's where douche. We're going out. We are going. We're not going out. I told you, I'm good for a quiet dinner, and then I'm in bed by 9. We'll go to FD's, because it's my favorite place, and we'll do some axe throwing. Okay. Well,
and then
I might bow out early.
And then, or maybe we'll go play some
You need
games.
to hang out with the other girls your age because I'm a little over the hill. I need to go back home. I don't know. We'll see where the night takes us.
We'll see. You'll have so much fun. You'll be like, let's go, guys. Let's go. We're going. Carrie's going too. It might end up being her, well, they're going on a date this weekend, but it might end up being her first,
I don't know how she's doing that.
Girls' night. Well, she's about to go back to work shortly after that.
Oh, true.
So she's going to go and celebrate.
I can't imagine that she's going to be doing much celebrating because she's still, she's got a little one at home. Anyway. All right. Have a good weekend, everybody. We're signing off.
I always... I'm